No one talks about what happens when the strong one finally breaks. The anxiety, the depression, the PTSD that you've had since a little girl that you probably ain't know about. Just the rage that you've been swallowing. What if everything that you're calling strength is actually you in survival mode? Child, I have it all, and I didn't even know it. In this video, I'm pulling back the curtain on what healing actually looks like when you're always the strong one to everyone else except yourself. And I'm going to give you principles that I wish someone would have told me in this healing journey as well.
Life update. Since I've been back from my 6-month deployment, I have gone to seek psychological help. And it turns out that I have PTSD. When my therapist told me that, I laughed. I didn't know what else I could do but laugh. As far as like a reaction. Me, Esmeralda, I'm not gonna cry about it, and I'm not going to, I was a little upset about it, but like I was more like, it is what it is. Now we just gotta handle it, right? Now I have to handle. Also found out that apparently I have been in what's called masking for years, and that includes hiding my anger from what I have accumulated over the years since I was 6, since I had my SA situation happen to me. Like a compound effect. And with every situation that happened, I placed a band-aid over my heart instead of letting God do the heart surgery that needed to be done. God has a lot of heart surgery to do that I didn't let him, because in my mind, I'm like, I don't have the time to get heart surgery right now. Even though I really didn't even know it at the time, but I was like, there's something else has popped up, right? Like someone else needs me, or the mission needs me, or something at the job needs me, or my family needs me, or something. I have like this huge Jesus complex that I need to get together. And God is helping me through that. And I know in the mighty name of Jesus Christ that I'm gonna get through this. I'm mainly documenting this so I can look back and see how far God has got me. But also I'm documenting this because if this helps out even one person, I feel like part of it was worth it. I'm also curtailing my full-time position in the military. I knew that season was coming to an end. It's a little bittersweet because I kind of feel like, part of me feels like I'm abandoning my troops, even though I know I'm not. Chaos has always been my normal. I have lived in chaos the majority of my life. And if I'm not in chaos, it almost feels like I'm not living a normal life. I don't want to live like that anymore. I called it a breakdown, but I think it's actually a breakthrough. It's actually me feeling safe enough in order to let all these heavy feelings go and get to the root of the problem with God. It's just been hard because I'm the type of person that when I see a problem, I want to fix it. I want to get it done, over and done with. But it doesn't work like that when it comes to your soul. It doesn't work like that when it comes to your heart. It doesn't work like that when it comes to your mental health. And you know, I always tell people to be a good steward over yourself first before you can be a good steward over the assignments that God has for you. And what a hypocrite I am, because I'm so quick to help other people with their assignments or as my assignment, but I'm not helping myself because I just want to go, go, go. And it's not because I'm in denial of anything. I'm very self-aware to the point I'm like, I am so self-aware. I know what it is. I just want to get it fixed and over and done with. But I think through all of this, God is teaching me to slow down and to lean on him and to truly trust in him to take care of me. I feel like he is using the avenues of therapy and medication. A therapist suggested, she brought it to my attention, if I would be willing to go on antidepressants. And I said yes. I prayed to God about it too. I prayed to God about it. It's something that's not addictive, and it is something that I truly don't want to be on forever. But I also know that something in my mind is just not right when I don't want to be around a group of people, or I feel like I am putting on this mask of Esmeralda, and then as soon as I get away, I'm completely drained of energy. I'm completely exhausted. I want to be completely alone and self-isolate. I want to escape. That's not me. That's not who I am. We'll see how it goes. I talked to my family about it a bit. They can check up on me, and you know, we have like some safe words just in case things aren't looking right or seeming right. It's a lot of prayer, going behind this. It's probably something weird because it's probably something new for my family. I mean, shoot, it's new for me. But I don't, even if someone in my family has gone to therapy, I don't think they've been as open as I have about it. And I've honestly been torn about being open about it because I didn't want my family to think that it was their fault. I didn't want them to feel guilty for not seeing the signs, because I'm really good at masking. Like, apparently, even my therapist told me that, and a couple of other people told me, like, I would have never thought that all of these things were going on, or you've been through all these things, if you wouldn't have told me that, because you do not show it. And I've been doing this since I was 6, apparently, because I found out at a very young age that anger wasn't going to get me anything but in trouble. So I had to hide it with being jokey and silly and laughing and, you know, like all this stuff, which I've kind of been going back and forth thinking, like, is this even truly who I am? Is this my personality? Is this my character? I can have this personality and silly character and you know, one that wants to bring joy, but I also can use it as a mask to survive emotionally, right? Like to get through my day psychologically as a mask, to not have other people worry about me, because I don't like people worrying about me. I definitely don't like people feeling any type of pity towards me. I'm at least trying to take it day by day. It's hard. Some days are good, other days are bad. I never thought I would be here per se. It's not like a bad thing. It's just never understood what people were talking about when they were saying that they were going through like anxiety or depression or PTSD. And now that I am, it's difficult in the sense that it's a long journey. I feel like it's going to be a long journey to healing. And maybe, and I'm not saying I'm going to be healed 100%, but I do feel that God is going to do a great work through me and in me, for me and for others through this season, because I do feel that it is a season. I don't think that this is something that I have to struggle with the way I'm struggling right now anyways, for life. I know that God will see me through. I had to let people know, my leadership included and my family included, that I will not be okay. I am, Esmeralda is not doing this because I'm trying to see Jesus. Okay, I'm trying to see Jesus. I would be lying if I would say that there's some days where I wish Jesus wouldn't just take me, because I'm like, Lord, this world is ghetto. Take me. Just let me start praising. Let me praise you now. Let me praise you now. And eat calories pizza, and you know, we'll power lift by the gym, and ain't nobody there but just me and you in this journey as well. Even though I have a 3-page list of hobbies and things that I love to do, I've had zero motivation to do anything. I haven't wanted to go back to dance. I haven't wanted to go back to the gym. I've barely wanted to go hiking, but little by little I've been doing that. I haven't been wanting to write, like, and there's so many things that I forgot that I like to do or want to do because of this. So this is why I definitely feel like I need to do the work in order to make sure that this doesn't take over my life, because this is not going to define me. I don't know a lot of things about what is currently happening in my mind psychologically, chemically, you know, whatever. But there's one thing I do know, and that's that I'm a daughter of God, and that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I say that with conviction. I may not know what's going to happen tomorrow. I may not know what's happening inside of my heart and my soul and my mind and all that stuff. But one thing I do know is that I am a daughter of God, and he's going to see me through. So praise be to God all day, every day.
Here's what I wish people would have told me while I was going on this healing journey. Self-awareness is not the same as healing. That train is disrespectful. I was the most self-aware person in the room. I mean, I'm talking, I can self-diagnose myself. I knew where it came from. I know how it developed. I know how it got worse. And yet I was still broken. Self-awareness doesn't cause a change. You're probably watching this video and you're probably saying, yeah, I know what my problem is. But the issue with that is it's probably been like 5, 10, 15 years that you've known about it, but you actually haven't taken action on it. Because insight without action is just educated suffering. You gotta stop knowing, and you have to let God in. You have to let the resources that he's provided for you in. The diagnosis is not the destination, it's just the door. Now this one hit me, and I had to sit with this one, and I hope that you'll sit with this one and actually brace yourself. Your busyness might be your avoidance. Let me break this down. I genuinely believed that I was a hard worker, that I wanted to serve people, that I wanted to protect people in my own way. And it's not that that's incorrect, but that is incomplete. Staying busy let me not have to sit with myself and have to figure out the things I had to confront. And like I mentioned before, I have a serious Jesus complex that the Lord is still working on my heart for. But if I'm being honest, I wanted to feel not needed per se, but I wanted to feel like I was doing something bigger than me. Like I wanted to feel that I was protecting my troops. I wanted to feel that I was advocating for people. I wanted to feel like I was the voice for other people that felt that they didn't have a voice. The problem with that though is that that leads to burnout. When you're constantly on the go, when you're constantly filling up your schedule, when you're constantly doing so many things that you don't give yourself a proper time to rest, that leads to burnout. And the enemy wants that. The enemy wants you to burn out because then you're not going to fulfill the promises that God has for your life. And being busy distracts you. It distracts you from the things that you actually need to start healing your soul, to start healing your heart. So I need you to ask yourself this. Are you busy because you're called, or are you busy because you're scared of what you'll feel when everything quiets down and you have to deal with you? This is another one that I had to find out, like, oh my gosh, this is another one that I was blown away. This is something I wish somebody would have told me as well. Chaos is not your personality. It's your comfort zone. I treated chaos as my normal. Chaos to me was my normal. If something wasn't wrong, if there wasn't a problem for me to fix, then something was wrong. It was so bad that when I finally came back from my deployment and I actually slowed down like crazy, that stillness, that softness, that quiet felt so weird to me. It felt so weird to me until this day. I'm still working on figuring out how to make that my normal. That is the life that I want to live, but I've been living in chaos for so long that chaos is my normal. But chaos is not a personality trait. It's just your comfort zone. When you live in that chaos, that's how you run. You're running on that adrenaline. You're running your nervous system, crazy because you're bouncing from one thing to another. And the thing is, that's what trauma does to your nervous system. It rewires your brain to feel safe in the storm, yet suspicious of the calm. I need you to pay attention when I say this. You're allowed to want peace. You are allowed to want stillness. You are allowed to want peace. You are allowed to not want chaos to be your normal, your everyday routine. And that's not a weakness. That's probably one of the bravest decisions that you'll ever make. I say this to so many people throughout the years in my life, but I never took it into consideration when it came to my healing journey. And that's this. You have to be a good steward of yourself before you can be a good steward over everything that God has given to you, whether it's people, places, assignments, ministry, whatever the case may be. But when I came back from my deployment, I realized, girl, you are the biggest hypocrite in the room. Take your own advice. Because I was pouring out into everyone, my friends, my family, my troops, people that God assigned to me. But I am literally a broken vessel. And the thing that people don't say is that when you don't take care of yourself, the people that are assigned to you actually hurt from that. Your loved ones, those that are assigned to you, pay the price because the unhealed version of you leaks out. And that was happening with me when I would just have anxiety talking to my family at the freaking dinner table. It would come out when I didn't want to be around people at all because I just didn't want to deal with them. So your healing isn't a selfish thing. It's actually the most generous thing that you can do for people, because all of that leaks out into your relationships, into your job, into your ministry, into everything that God has given you. And lastly, your breakdown might actually be your breakthrough. So if you're in a season right now where you feel like everything is falling apart, I challenge you to look at things from a different perspective. What if things aren't falling apart? What if they're finally falling into the place that they're supposed to be? Because you're not meant to carry all that. The anxiety, the depression, the crazy thoughts going through your mind, the tears, all of that isn't the end. It's only the beginning. It's actually the gateway into your healing. Child, a breakdown in the hands of God is a breakthrough just waiting to happen. So don't you dare give up. The surgery is happening. We're taking off the Band-Aid and letting God actually do the heart surgery that he has wanted to do for probably decades. And yes, it's going to hurt. I'm not going to front. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not going to hurt. This healing process is going to hurt. You're going to find out things about yourself that you didn't know. You're going to find out things about other people you didn't know. You're going to probably have to relive past trauma. But all of that is part of the process on becoming a better version of yourself. And when you're at a better place, you're going to be able to look back and be glad and thank God that you didn't leave the operating room. So I don't know who needed to hear this, but I know God does. And I'm not gonna front like I'm over what I'm going through. I'm still going through it right now. I'm still taking medication. I'm still going to therapy. I'm still trying to get resources and learn things about myself through the Holy Spirit that they bother me. I'm not gonna front, they bother me, but they're needed for me to be able to heal. Because I don't want to live like, I don't want to be in this life. I don't want to be in this life just existing. I want to live. And this anxiety and the depression and this PTSD, it's holding me back from being the woman that I want to be. And I don't even want to go back to being the woman that I was. I want to be a better version of myself, a wiser version of myself where I can tell people, hey, I lived there. I've sat there. I know what you're going through. You're going to make it. By the grace of God, you're going to make it. So I hope you join me on this healing journey and make the decision today. It doesn't mean that you have to, go to your doctor. It doesn't mean that you need to go get therapy right away. And maybe that is the best route for you. But what I want you to do is that I want you to decide that today is a day that you're ripping off the Band-Aid, that you're letting God do the surgery that he needs to do. Because God wants to use you. He wants to be able to use you for your family, for your friends, for your assignments, and they deserve the healed version of you too. And your story is worth telling. Your story is a living testimony to someone else that's probably going through it too. So if you want to join me in this healing journey, please feel free to subscribe and follow along, and let's get free together. Hasta la próxima.